Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just wanted to give you my thoughts after what happened in the Michigan State game. I did my video, then I went to bed and just didn't think anything else was happening. Little did I know that a sad situation happened. Footage came out showing Michigan State players punching and looked like kicking. You can't see their feet, but looks like they were standing around and kicking. A Michigan player who was on the ground. Video evidence has proved with pretty good reliability that it's Jaden McBurrows, I believe it is. He's an injured player who didn't really, play during the game. So maybe that explains why he was in the tunnel, where like most of the other players were, still on the field celebrating the victory with the fans. It's been corroborated by a Detroit News reporter that this person was punched by two Spartan players. It doesn't look good. Let's just say that, just right off the bat. You never want to see it where fight, the emotions escalate off the field, right? You really don't want it. And it brings up a few questions right away. What's the whole story? And I don't know if we will ever know the whole story. Jim Harbaugh alluded to two players being assaulted. The video only showed one. The second question is, where is security? Obviously, at the end of the game, it's heated. Michigan players are waving bye to Michigan State. They had a little mock-up scuffle on the field that had to be broken up by Harbaugh and Tucker and such. And then the players were going and celebrating with the fans. So I don't really know why McBurrows wasn't there. Some people were saying that he lost a shoe and was going back to the locker room to get one to go back to the field. I don't know. Again, details help. Details help. But Harbaugh said two players were assaulted. We only obviously see one on the film. So who was the other player would be great to know. Secondly, why is that player just going by himself? Where's some Michigan staffers and such should be with him? There's also Michigan State trooper in the video doing absolutely nothing. I mean, you don't get me wrong. I guess maybe that's why I'm not a cop, but it's when you see people attacking someone as a cop, aren't you supposed to kind of step in and help? But I'm not a cop, because don't get me wrong, football players are big and physical and strong, and you know what? I don't know if I'd want to jump into the middle of that either, but it'll be interesting if he, being a neutral person, if you will, someone who's deemed reputable, if he will be able to give a statement to what happened. Was he there when it started? Would be an interesting thing to know, because he's in theory a neutral bystander, right, along with some of those other press people. So, not a great look. Again, I would love to know the whole story, but we probably never will. Obviously, AD Ward Manuel came to the podium and said that they have already forwarded the video and such to Kevin Ward, I think who it is, the Big Ten head, and maybe even to the proper authorities. Does that mean police? So where's this story going? We don't know. It's going to take a little while to hash out. I mean, are players from Michigan State going to face prosecution for what happened? I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's a sad way to end a game. It's a bitter rivalry. I know Michigan State fans really dislike each other. I was, watching a little clip of Sam Webb talk about it after the game this morning too, and he's saying, what fans say to each other pales in comparison to what players say to each other and the emotions. But he also reiterates, when the game's over, it's over. And that's just part of sports. You know what? You don't do stuff like this. Both ways. So again, I would want to know how it happened, what started it. We might never know. So it's just a sad end to a Michigan dominating victory. The game was what it was, and now this story takes away from that. And we'll have this in the news the next couple days. Who knows how long it'll take, but at least it'll be the top story around Michigan parts here for a few more days at least. And we'll see what, if anything, happens out of this. But it's certainly not a good look for Michigan and Michigan State. It's certainly not a good look for the Big Ten overall. And there's probably going to be some suspensions and stuff. It's not a good look to have fighting after a game. I mean, where were the extra officials too that Michigan was supposed to have hired and such to keep things from happening, like the Penn State Michigan game where they had the fight there. So I have a lot of questions. I don't know the answers. Hey, if you have any comments, put them in the box below. I'll try to respond. And as this story goes, maybe I'll do another video or two. Thanks for watching, and as always, go blue!